Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the legendary Bob Barker. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Wonderful talking to you again, Mr. Barker. Last time we had you on with the hardcover version of Priceless Memories, which, by the way, the paperback version is hit stores. It hit stores, as a matter of fact, on Tuesday, I believe.
Right. Well, May 2nd.
Oh, it's May 2nd. Oh, because it says here May 3rd, so close enough.
Well, maybe you're probably right. May 3rd.
It all works out in the end.
In any event, it's for sale. And listen, I read the paperback, and it's much better than the hardcover one.
Really? The stories are more compelling?
I enjoyed it much more.
See, that's why we love having you on.
I think your listeners will as well.
We love having you on because you first of all, it seems you enjoy being interviewed anyway, and you just have a good time with it. It's just always great to talk to you, as a matter of fact.
Well, it's great to talk with you, and before we leave the subject of that book, I'd like to have your listeners know that all of the proceeds from that book go to the DJ&T Foundation, which subsidizes spay neuters for dogs all over the country.
Oh, well, yeah. See, that's good news. I thought DJ&T were like a morning radio team in L.A. or something.
Well, It's named in memory of my wife, Dorothy Jo.
Wonderful.
And my mother, her name was Matilda, but everybody called her Tilly. And
Tilly.
I called the foundation the DJ&T Foundation because they both loved animals, too.
You don't know. Was it your whole life? It's been years and years because you always, after every show, Price is Right, it was mentioned, right? Pretty much every show.
Every show, I would close the show with help control the pet population, have your pet spayed or neutered. I did that because one of our worst problems in the United States, around the world actually, is overpopulation. There are just too many cats and dogs being born for all of them to have homes, and the only answer is spay-neuter. Some people, very few, but some say, well, we can adopt our way out of the problem. Well, you can't.
No.
You might in a small community, but you're not going to do it in Minneapolis or Chicago or Los Angeles. So the only answer is spay-neuter.
Yeah, the amazing thing is...
Incidentally, do you still have the Minneapolis Tribune?
We do, the Star Tribune, yes.
I sold the Minneapolis Tribune on the Rosebud Indian Reservation during the 30s when I was a kid.
Wow. In South Dakota.
In South Dakota.
That's amazing. Right. What happened was the Morning Star and the Afternoon Tribune combined many, many years ago and became the Star Tribune.
I see.
That's exactly what happened.
I probably contributed to the fact that they made the money to last all these years.
Did you ever have to strong-arm anybody to collect that nickel for the newspaper?
No. I was in about the third grade, so I wasn't strong-arming anybody.
Oh, okay.
But I'd beg a lot when they didn't pay.
You know what's interesting? You look down the list of people from South Dakota, yourself, of course, Mary Hart, Tom Brokaw. A lot of big TV people came from South Dakota.
That's right. That's right. Not to leave out Crazy Horse and some of the great chiefs.
Well, you are 1/8 Sioux, is that correct?
1/8 Sioux, right. Lakota.
Lakota, yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's preferable. Yeah, Lakota is preferable.
I'm 1/8 Sioux. I grew up in a little town called Mission. They now have a casino there, and they're not sending me a penny.
Why not? Why is that? Well, you should be cut into that.
Well, that's what I try to tell them, but they just scoff.
They just scoff.
And there's nothing worse than having an Indian scoff.
Well, you don't want to mess with the Lakota Sioux.
No, they were tough. They were great warriors and great lovers.
Yeah.
Oh, well, see, that's what everyone should be.
Well, I only I ain't no great warrior.
Bob, that's phenomenal, Bob.
They gave me my choice. I went for the lover.
You went for the lover part. Well, there have been rumors, you know.
Yeah, any rumor will do.
You are unbelievable. Do you miss being on television? 50 years on television. You're retired. Obviously very, very successful throughout your career. You certainly don't need to work, but do you miss it?
No, people ask me, what do I miss most about The Price is Right? And I'm honest, I say I miss the money.
So if you could guess that The Price is Right.
I tell you, I think that I am completely happy in retirement because I retired at just the right time. Not too soon, not too late, just the right time. I think that, there's so many people go too soon or try to hang on too late.
Right.
The boxers particularly hang on too late. But I chose just the right time, and I'm content. Of course, I'm busy, and so that's important. If you just sit around staring into space, I think it could get pretty bad.
Yeah, you don't need that. You're absolutely right about that.
Right.
I've always wanted to ask you this.
And then when it gets really dull, there's always tequila.
You are unbelievable. What are you now? You're like 45 years old, aren't you?
About 45?
Yeah, you act like you're about 40.
I'm a little older than that, about 42 years older than that, maybe 7.
But you act like you're a guy in your late 30s, early 40s. You have fun.
I have people tell me I act like a 6-year-old, so that's not good. But you're being very flattering, and I appreciate it. The older you get, the more you need flattery.
Well, that's a good thing. No, we were talking before the show started today. We saw your name. I saw your name up there. And I can remember every single time we've talked on the KQ Morning Show because you're always there. You're very professional. You're ready. You're very, very funny and engaging. And it's always a thrill to interview you.
Well, when you say things like that, that's the reason I always come back.
Okay. Well, we're hoping you'll come back very, very soon then.
I will. You just give me the word and I'll be here.
All right. Monday. The book is the paperback version of Priceless Memories has hit stores. Bob Barker, you are a treasure. You're a national treasure in America.
Well, I thank you so much. And again, it has been a pleasure being with you, and I will indeed be here Monday.
All right, sir. Looking forward to it. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
It is 9:20 now, 20 minutes after 9 o'clock. KQ's commercial free.